These are the deadliest and most devastating duos in NBA history. From Michael Jordan to LeBron James, Wade, Steph, and Clay, some of the deadliest players to ever hit the court. At number 7, we have the legendary duo of Shaq and Kobe.
Here's Shaq. Against Dudley.
Imagine this. A 330-pound tank is sprinting at you at full speed. You tell yourself, I got this, and then this happens.
Puts it on the floor and stops anybody down.
Well, that had to be luck, right? No way he's that strong. You know what? I'll just go sit over there. Call me when he gets injured. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say Shaq was the most dominant player to ever step on a basketball court. The moment you let him near the rim, it was game over. And if you still have doubts, watch this.
Against Dudley.
The disrespect Chris Dudley got? Totally next level. But every legend needs the perfect partner in crime. Shaq had Kobe. A guy obsessed with perfection, who studied every move Jordan ever made and pushed his body beyond the limit. He was an unstoppable scoring machine who didn't know the meaning of the word quit. Not in practice, not in games, and not in life.
Who beat you in one-on-one if it ever happened in practice?
No one.
If David Goggins had picked up a basketball instead of running ultra marathons, you get something close to Bryant. The result of that combo? 3 straight rings. 2000, 2001, and 2002. Total domination. If their egos hadn't gotten in the way, we'd probably be talking 6 or 7 championships. Easily. This duo was pure fire, but not in a good way. Shaq was the heart of the team, but he was also the guy who showed up to training camp out of shape, saying, I get in shape during the season. Kobe, on the other hand, was a maniacal workaholic, a perfectionist who couldn't stand his teammate not giving 110%. As a result, they came to hate each other. Kobe thought Shaq was lazy, Shaq thought Kobe was a self-centered brat, and when your two superstars can't stand each other, you've got a big problem. Sure, they kept winning, but behind the scenes, tension and locker room drama were building. One day, it all blew up. Shaq got traded, and just like that, one of the greatest duos in NBA history was no more.
50-point game, Bryant.
If there's one play that defines basketball perfection, it's the pick and roll. And these two mastered it like no one else.
Turnover on the free throw line.
For 18 seasons, Stockton and Malone took the most basic play in the book and elevated it to something almost mystical. Stockton looked like a harmless accountant, but on the court, he was a cold-blooded tactician. He ended his career as the all-time leader in both assists and steals. Then came Malone, the mailman. He delivered mid-range jumpers with the accuracy of a trained sniper, night after night. The only thing they missed was a ring. They got to back-to-back finals, but ran into some guy named Michael Jordan. Bad luck. However, when these two shared the court, losing wasn't really part of the equation.
Off the rebound, the 1-2 punch connects once again.
Malone to Stockton, Jazz run. Stockton to the middle. Stockton right side of Malone. What a play by Stockton. Stolen by Stockton. Stockton everywhere. John front court left. Trader to Malone. He's there.
Pass, and Malone provides the finish.
Malone from Stockton.
Just seeing them walk onto the floor together was enough to crush your hopes. But the next duo, it's even more epic. And just real quick, wait until the end of the video and you'll see the greatest duo ever. Before the Splash Brothers, the three-pointer was just another option, not the core of a team's offense. But Steph and Clay flipped the script. With them, the three-point shot became the king of modern basketball. When Curry grabs the ball and crosses half court, you know something's coming. Doesn't matter if he's 25 feet out, 30 feet out, or launching it from the moon. The dude's got the green light. And the craziest part, he usually hits it.
Corner fakes for a time. A look away 3. Oh my goodness.
This is a freebie.
Warriors had a timeout, chose not to use
Steph for 3. Good!
Controlled it with a dribble, lost it, picks it up, behind the back, splits traffic, throws up a wild shot and banked it.
Steph didn't just revolutionize the game. He changed how we understand space on the court. What used to be a safe zone turned into a kill zone. Then there's Klay Thompson, the other half of this deadly duo. On any other team, Klay would be the star. Imagine scoring 37 points in a single quarter. Yeah, a quarter. Or hitting 14 threes in one game. That's not a human. That's Klay going full God mode. And most of the time, you don't even see him coming. He just shows up, drops buckets, and makes it look easy.
There's another one. 5 in the game already. Klay Thompson again. Make it 6 of 7. Matter of time.
Together, Curry and Thompson didn't just win 4 rings. In the 2015-2016 season, they broke the all-time record. 73 wins and just 9 losses in the regular season. They turned the 3-ball into a nuclear weapon. Everyone's been trying to copy them ever since, but few have come close.
LeBron James hammering it home.
Miller with the block. Here's the lead pass for James. On the line.
And here's LeBron lobbing for Wade.
They ended up winning 2 titles, but man, what a run. When LeBron took his talents to South Beach to team up with Wade, it was like a video game come to life. Wade had a first step so explosive, it left you frozen, and a basketball IQ that let him read the court like a chess master.
Puts it up. It's good. And a foul.
And then came King James, the kind of player that barely needs an intro. He sprinted the floor like a freight train and passed with surgical precision, so guarding them both was a complete nightmare. While Wade picked you apart with finesse, LeBron was flying in for dunks from every angle. Together, they reached 4 consecutive finals, won 2 championships, and put up a remarkable 27-game winning streak. They'd already built respect during their time on Team USA, so when they finally joined forces in Miami, it was like pouring gas on a fire.
Comes hitting ahead for Wade. There he goes. Oh!
Guys like passing the ball to each other.
Wade, here he comes. With LeBron. Oh my! Again!
These guys sprint and fill the lane.
Wow. And here's LeBron lobbing for Wade. Oh, baby! The Heat have brought their show to the Motor City.
Now imagine this, a 6'9" point guard dishing out assists like Halloween candy, paired with the NBA's all-time leading scorer. What happens next is simple. You make history.
Has given the Los Angeles Lakers a victory.
Magic didn't just play basketball. He conducted it like a symphony. His court vision was so insane, it felt like he had eyes in the back of his head. No-look pass? Sure. Do it again? Absolutely. Over and over, until you started wondering if you were playing against a human or an alien. While Magic was hypnotizing you on offense, Kareem was ending you on defense.
Now the Sonics on the move. Here's your man.
Forget the skyhook. Just trying to score in the paint against Kareem was a nightmare. He blocked shots like crazy. Seriously, that takes some real skill. Together they won 5 rings and owned the 80s.
Magic Johnson and Kareem. Ford sends it to Kareem. Skyhook up and good. Lakers win. Score it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has given the Los Angeles Lakers a victory.
Their dominance came from perfect balance. Magic's Showtime offense and Kareem's Stonewall defense. The best of both worlds on one team. You know, like rolling in late, but still heading out early.
51 rebounds a game against the Lakers, and that has been a real problem for LA. He won't do that until you burn him a couple of times. And Pat can shoot the jumper so well. The young man who played basketball with us in Milwaukee, he used to shoot the ball two-handed and not back there again.
And on the offense. This is the first time this sequence. And power to the slam dunk.
And now we've reached number 1, the gold standard by which every other basketball duo is measured. I'm talking about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 4 decades, you already know Jordan is simply the greatest player of all time. A ruthless competitor with otherworldly skill.
Puts the shot in the air. Good. The game's over.
The guy had it all: guts, hunger, and a freakish physique. He was a fusion of Shaq's raw power and Kobe's relentless work ethic. But every Batman needs a Robin, and Jordan had the perfect one. Pippen was simply the ideal partner for Jordan's style of play. An elite defender who could shut down the opponent's best player. However, he was also a brilliant passer and a more than capable scorer. 6 rings in 8 years, with 2 separate three-peats, interrupted only by Jordan's baseball detour. These two complemented each other perfectly, like a cold beer with a burger. Pippen could lock down the best player on the other team, while Jordan focused on shredding them on offense. It was a synergy no other duo has ever quite matched, at least not yet.
Jordan coming out. Loose ball to Grant. Ahead for Michael. Into the front. Behind his back comes left wing. Now down the lane. Rebound to Pippen. Squeezes one up and down the middle. Into the front court. To the top. Down the lane. With a swooping one-hander he hits. He is beautiful to watch.
Here's Jordan.
Now it's your turn to make history. Tell me, which of these duos is your favorite? I'll be reading the comments, so don't hold back. And if you're into this kind of stuff, don't miss my video on the craziest houses in the NBA. From $40 million mansions to homes that cost less than $1.